Well, I got that one stopped, so I don't know what that was. It came across, stopped that video. I wanted to mention this and just say it quick because I can hardly talk. I'm just about dead. Um, I wanted to really address this to the Jesse Leroy Matthews has been arrested for the abduction of Hannah. I see they've really Graham, who's a citizen of England, as am I. I was kidnapped in 41 and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers. I married a Childers. The twins were both killed. Their mother killed them, Lina. It was covered up because she'd faced the gas chamber, and I was placed there and given that identity. I wrote a book in, it was hell. It was a pigsty. I wrote a book in 76 to 80, unpublished. I had antifreeze put in me April Fool Day of 80. Had a letter from the U.S. Attorney by way of the FBI investigation, ongoing investigation, national security involved. So I thought it was because of the mind control that I wrote about and the patterns it was done in. The only way you can prove it, you can't prove mind control. It's not visible. So it's a weapon that someone else pays for the crime, like Larry Flint was shot. He did an article on me, helped me in a campaign. He was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and wrote an article in Hustler, April of '84. And this is the name I have to use. And these are not gender related, and I can hardly talk because this is what I wanted to get to. I've told about these murders. YouTube and on Facebook and the media knew about my kidnapping long before I did. I'm talking about the ABC, CBS, and all those. My father's Edward VIII. I only found out in '83, and I'm doing this video, and I'm seeing how bad that what happened last night has affected me. Really, I knew it was bad, but I am more aware now that I'm doing this video. So I don't know if I'll live. But anyway, the had antifreeze put in me, taken across the state line. I should have died. Should have gone into a coma and died, and my kidneys failed. But anyway, I work for the DA, Fred Simpson, and therein gets to be a part of the patterns. Wallace Simpson, in history would record this, married my father, Edward VIII, which is a lie. 99 years still on it. This is Wallace Simpson, who married a double and stole my father's identity. My father was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, George's sister, an American. Now that this is George, the illegal George VI, my uncle, who helped force out my father with the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers. Joseph Kennedy was ambassador appointed by Roosevelt. 99 years still put on it to cover it up. So this is an illegal person who's helped, should be before a world court, which the New World Order, Illuminati, Freemasons that kidnapped me control. So fat chance she's going to go before any court. She's using my money. Her son Charles, who's a cousin of mine, second cousin, and all these should be hauled before world court. Only God can do it. There's nobody, they control it. What I wanted to get to here was, I wanted to read this. The mind control murders is what, and I can't, in this video or any of them, I try to give background and you can't. Part of the mind control murders that were done in patterns is this man, Fort Hood. He was from Virginia Tech nearby here. I'm in Roanoke, and that's in Blacksburg. He's a psychiatrist, and he's one of the Fort Hood shooters. Well, he is the Fort Hood shooter. If I'm grasping for words, it's because of what was done to me last night. It's ongoing, but Morgan Harrington, her father's psychiatrist, at or was at least, I don't know if he still is, at Virginia Tech. He taught there, and he's here in Roanoke. I think he still works. I'm sure he does. His daughter was killed. And this is a mind control murder, but I don't want to get it mixed up. Mind control has nothing to do with mental illness. So it really gets me how these psychiatrists and mental health professionals have not addressed this, because when you treat someone that's under mind control for mental illness, it's totally a medical malpractice, but it's detrimental to the person. Not only is it torturing them, it's not helping them in any way. You have to stop the programming. This is another of the murders that happened about that time, and this is Heidi Childs and Dave Metzler. Her father's a retired Virginia State Trooper, and his father was a doctor, and they were both students at Virginia Tech, and they were shot and killed in the Jefferson National Forest. Now then, Hannah Graham is a student at Virginia, at Charlottesville, University of Virginia, who was abducted, and they found her body. And hers links directly. This is linked not through forensic. These murders aren't. They aren't done in gender. That's not it. Because Larry Flint was shot, the 33 that was shot at Virginia Tech, April the 16th of '07. It's not gender related like they're trying to make it here with the Morgan Harrington, the Hannah Graham, and Alexis Murphy. Those three I just named are directly linked to what I'm talking about, and it's too hard to put it on here. I will say this, that Jesse Matthews has been arrested, and he's for the Hannah Graham, and they've mentioned charging him with Morgan Harrington. So now then he's been taken to Fairfax, Virginia, Matthews is. He's charged with a rape there of I don't know if she was a student or not, or if she's even a citizen of India, but she's from India, or well, she's there now and supposed to be transported back to testify. If they cover this up, the cover-up is actually what they're doing to me, and I can't. I'll just say this, because Carl Barton is a retired Virginia State Trooper, and this has to do with the timing of these murders. Also, not this one. This is Jens Zoring's diplomat's son, German diplomat's son. It was done in Bedford, the trial. And all these people know this. They really do. They know all about me and all about it, and it's been allowed to go on. Now then, I have a allergy to chemicals. And when I'm around them, and I'm talking about you have to get away, you have to breathe. My whereabouts, where I have stayed or lived, has been controlled since I came here in I'm having trouble on October the 20th of '86. Media's known about my kidnapping, about the mind control murders. Now then, I want to get to it, because that's what's happened. They've controlled my whereabouts. The ventilation systems have been toxic fumes and vapors, and enough to kill a horse. They've even come in, the maintenance, and soaked my bedding. You can't tell it. It's so hideous, because there's nowhere to go, because law enforcement is involved in it. Right now, I'm living here in Troutville, where I've lived on the Appalachian Trail, froze, starved, while Elizabeth went through here right after, or about the time the Virginia Tech students were murdered. And anyway, they paid her, state of Virginia did, to come here. And I saw this morning on, I believe it was NBC, where William and Kate are going to be escorted by the First Lady of New York. They're coming to, I believe, next week or this week, I'm not sure. I was lucky to be living up there in New York, in Albany, Troy, and lived in a Y. and where I had to open the window to live because they had